We're coming up on that time of year when you're supposed to be feeling extra thankful. But maybe this year, you're not feeling as much peace as you'd like. I have a little exercise that we're going to try together today that might help with that. Plus, since I never learn from my mistakes, I'm going to forecast some trends for the real estate market for 2025. I was helping my friend Mike prepare for a webinar tomorrow. The topic is gratitude, and he didn't want to do the same old tired shit. So I gave him this idea, and then I thought, why don't I do it with you guys? So let's try it together. You're going to press pause on the video right now, and you're going to make a list of things that you're grateful for. Now, don't roll your eyes at me. You know I'm always trying to get fresh with you guys, so just play along for a second, and you'll see where I'm going with this. Hit pause. Do it. You're back. Okay, great. Now, tell me why you ever get annoyed or frustrated or grumpy. Look at that list you just made. How ungrateful of you to be in a bad mood when you have all those things. It's not that simple though, is it? I'll tell you why you're in a funk in spite of all the amazing things you have in your life and all the reasons you have to be grateful. It's because we are not only human, you and me, we are driven humans. A huge component of your success is your lack of complacency. Nothing is ever enough, but in a good way. Your goals are big and your dreams are even bigger. So what do you do when the times get tough and heavy? Like super heavy. But sometimes, even when it feels heavy, you don't really know what it is on your shoulders that's weighing you down. You can't pinpoint it or identify it. You know, kind of like when you've been working in a market that keeps promising to turn around and giving you little glimmers of hope, but then another ball shoots from this pitching machine full of curveballs that haven't stopped flying at your face for going on about 3 years. You're trying to be a source of calm for everyone. Their trusted real estate advisor who never panics and is always grateful. Look at that list. Feel it. Feel the gratitude already. Not working? Okay, so let's try something else. This is a favorite of mine, human connection. So let's try human connection in order to find lasting gratitude. I have this little trick I'm going to tell you about. When I do something that makes someone else feel grateful for me, I feel better about myself. Now, you might be thinking that's selfish. I don't really care. I think we can all start feeling grateful for our ability to serve. So you're going to make a new list now. This time when you hit pause, make a list of little favors, random acts of kindness, and they can be super small, that you could do this weekend for other people. And I would love it if you replied on Monday and tell me how this experiment goes. Did you find yourself feeling a little bit more grateful? Did the weight on your shoulders get a little bit lighter? Just do it. Humor me. Now into an economic forecast. You might have missed this appointment with all the news that Matt Gaetz and Pete Hegseth? I don't know. I don't watch Fox News. But they took up a lot of news space this week. Trump is looking at Kevin Warsh as Treasury Secretary. And with the long-term plan being that Warsh could replace Powell as Fed chair in May of 2026. Announcing Powell's replacement now, this far in advance, that would put market attention on the future chair rather than the current. So this is quite the play to use a shadow Fed chair to essentially make Powell a lame duck. And Powell's not Trump's fave. He was appointed by Trump, but he lost his favor pretty quickly when he had to hike interest rates to fight inflation. And this is where you guys, as real estate folks, should start paying attention, because Fed chair, Fed policy, that impacts us a ton. So let's start with the background on Kev. Back in 2018, Warsh was a published critic of Trump's tariffs, writing in the Wall Street Journal that Trump's plans would lead to economic isolationism for the U.S., which he believed would be detrimental, or in his words, do great harm to our economic growth. We won't hold it against him that he wrote this and published it publicly, because 2018 was a long time ago, and Vance himself was a never-Trump guy. Warsh is a lawyer turned investment banker. He served in George W.'s administration as an economic aide, and he was the youngest Fed governor to ever serve a board position. He is the youngest. He still holds the record. Warsh met with Trump Wednesday this week, and I'm thinking the conversation was around, do you still disagree with my tariff policy? And will you cooperate if I appoint you as Fed chair down the line? See, Trump has been vocal about that he thinks that he should have influence over the Fed policy. It's a change in history, right? Because the Fed has historically been politically autonomous. But I imagine these were the topics of conversation at Mar-a-Lago on Wednesday night. I'm going to get really specific on how I think all of these appointments, policies, and rhetoric will affect the bond market, which will in turn affect interest rates, which will in turn affect real estate sales in 2025. I'm planning a special event to share this forecast with you. It's going to be called Smarter Hour because I send these updates out every week to you guys to help you sound smarter at happy hour. So let's get together in person for a Smarter Hour on December 18th. Save the date for that, and I can't wait to see you all in person.